welcome everybody. My name is Beth Marshall. I am a senior test lead and have worked in QA for the last 13 years. I'm also a mum, and at the moment in the UK, where everything is locked down, including the schools, I've found myself becoming a teacher to my 4-year-old little boy. One thing that homeschooling has taught me is that if you want to teach someone something that sticks in their brain, you need to make that learning experience fun for them. And that matters to people of any ages, right? It's actually a really good thing that he's tucked up in bed just above me, because he's crazy about space at the moment. So if he could see my slide deck, he'd really want to know who was behind that mask, giving him a little wave. I currently work at Smoothwall, who are one of the world's leading digital safety organisations. We keep millions of children safe online every day using proprietary AI algorithms, human moderation, and highly skilled engineering teams who we source from all over the world. So the first thing I wanted to say, as Andy prefaced there nicely, is congratulations, because this is one of the final talks on the final day of this amazing conference. I have learned so much, and I'm so enthusiastic about getting back to the office and trying some things out. So I wanted to congratulate everyone at Postman for a fantastic conference. And I'd just like to give you all a talk that will go really easy on your brains. I promise you, it will be a nice, super easy to digest talk before Ellen Ochoa comes on stage and has that fireside chat. So you might be wondering what you're going to learn from this talk. If you're a developer or an administrator or a seasoned tester, the aim of this talk is to discuss how you can help other Postman newbies to grow their skills and hopefully have some fun in the process. Let's see how I did that. So I'd like to start by saying I don't consider myself a Postman expert. However, just like the Postman hackathon attendees, I hope some of them are in this room. Congratulations, guys. I love a challenge too. So when the Ministry of Testing, for those who don't know, the Ministry of Testing are one of the largest software testing communities in the world. When they posted this friendly hackathon task, I decided to give it a go. This was back in, I think, October last year. The trickiest of all the tasks that they posted was to create a full automation framework for the testing sandbox website, Restful Booker. And if anyone wants a great site to practice their API testing, or indeed any other types of testing, Restful Booker is a fantastic one to use. So the best or the most interesting submissions were asked to present their experience reports at a Ministry of Testing event. You could test the API using any tool you wished, but for me, Postman really was the obvious choice, for a few reasons, really. For a start, it's just so well known. Everyone loves it. It's so easy to use. It's so easy to feel like you are learning lots in quite a short space of time, and very intuitive. And also, I think there's so much amazing available support online, and a big shout out to Danny Dainton here and the rest of the guys at Postman who do such a brilliant job engaging with the community. Now, it just so happened that I'd used the Restful Booker platform before, so I got really excited and I thought, this is going to be really easy. And I started adding requests to my collection in Postman, and then I got stuck big time. Suddenly, this easy challenge in my head looked like a big, scary alien coming towards me that I had no idea what to do with. I almost gave up. However, I went back onto the forum, as you can see there, to ask for help, which I think is something that we all need to do. We all need to ask for help and collaborate. And I noticed someone else in the community had posted an offer of help, which is fantastic too, right? So I reached out to this stranger, a guy called Viv Richards, who is a fantastic software testing advocate. And he helped me get over a couple of humps that I was having with things like authorization. And he taught me some cool new things I'd not seen before, like running contract tests to check the JSON schema, which we know isn't the be all and end all of how to test an endpoint, right? But it's a good place to start. And importing the whole collection from the swagger.json link into Postman as raw text. This may be second nature to some of you, but to me, the idea that you don't have to manually copy and paste those endpoints from Chrome DevTools was an absolute game changer. And also, I have no shame about getting stuck on this stuff after hearing Steve Wozniak's talk, where he explained having very similar issues with a Raspberry Pi. And anyone who hasn't seen that talk, please go and watch it because it's absolutely awesome. So, long story long, it took a few weeks of collaboration with Viv, but after a few Zoom meetings, sharing notes and sharing our code on GitHub and a fair old chunk of graft, we had a completed framework that I can give you the link to take a look at yourself. We'd done it, and what's more, it was fun. So let's fast forward a few months, and we can see, here we are, there's myself, there's Viv, and this is Mark Wintringham, who works for Ministry of Testing, but is also the guy responsible for writing the RESTful Booker platform. Here we are giving our experience report at test.bash. If you'd like to see this report in full, where we go into lots more detail about the different techniques that were used, you can check that out on the Ministry of Testing website. So I had a lot of fun doing this, and I asked myself the question, if I was trying to hook someone brand new who might be a little scared of Postman, right? Because it's a new tool and API testing can be a bit overwhelming. What features would I show off to them to demonstrate how fun API testing can be? I've had a think, and I think the three main ones for me would be dynamic variables, visualizations, and Postman public workspaces. So I know some of these things will be very familiar to you, and others you may not have heard of or not had a chance to play with yet. So I wanted to show a short video of each of these three things so you can see them in practice. So random dynamic variables. So here we are. Here's my RESTful Booker framework, and you can see there that there's a existing JPEG. Now what I'm going to do is just type my brackets and then $, and all of these amazing different random variables come up, and you can pick any one you like, and it really helps to make your test data really nice and robust. But you can put a random animals image in there, and what's not to love about having a cute little boxer dog with his foot on a skateboard? That's cool, right? Next, we're going to take a quick look at visualizations. So you can find on the Postman site a link to this Open Brewery database where you can type in any state in the US and you can get your results and hit that visualize button. And what that will give you is a really lovely, clear graph of the number of bars per city in a particular state that use this Open Brewery platform. And we can see there that that was Alaska. And I may or may not have frequented several of said bars when I was on a recent holiday there a few years back. The last thing we're going to take a look at is Postman public workspaces, which I know we've heard a lot about in this conference, and it's a real game changer for Postman. And the public workspaces that are linked to on the Postman website, there are some fantastic ones there for learning and teaching new people. The one that I've selected is the NASA API, where there's a picture of the day. So all you need to do is get an API key from the NASA website, put that in there, select your date, send that request off, and we can see every different day there is a different picture and a different piece of information that you can take a look at. And here was the one for the 1st of January. Beautiful picture of our amazing galaxy. So they're the three that I can think of. I'm sure there's lots that you can think of too, but the main takeaway I want you guys to think about is that the Postman learning curve really is greatest when people are having fun. I think that anything learning curve is greatest when people are having fun. You know, why did NASA create a picture of the day API? Why did Elon Musk put a Tesla into space? Maybe we can ask Ellen Ochoa in a few minutes, right? If you know of someone who finds Postman or API testing in general a bit scary, I really hope that the freely available things that we've talked about today can help them just to find it fun instead. I really like to thank you guys for coming to my talk today. As I mentioned earlier, all of the code for the Ministry of Testing challenge is available in my GitHub repo. That includes the collection as well as the environment variables. They're all there to play around with, and I'd really encourage you to fork that code and improve it. Tell me, you know, give me comments on that. I really encourage that. That's at Ask Her Consulting GitHub repo. My Twitter handle is Beth_AskHer, and I'd love to connect with you on Twitter or LinkedIn. And my blog is beththetester.com, where you'll find lots of cool things, including a series where I try to automate 7 different test frameworks, including this one in Postman, to create a test automation portfolio. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Beth. That was really good, a really good way to end the day for me, hopefully for others. I think it's interesting that collaboration has just been sort of this reoccurring theme, reoccurring term throughout the conference. We began on Abhinav's keynote with, you know, public workspaces as kind of the place to do collaboration at this meta level. And then we come to your talk here and talk about collaboration and like just learning how to do something as simple as, you know, how do I kind of orient myself to using Postman, right? So super appreciated. If anybody has questions, we have maybe 30 seconds to answer a question. But right now I don't see any. For those folks who are going to leave, there should be a Slido survey or a survey in the Slido tab, just to get your feedback about Beth's session here. But I think that's probably going to wrap it up. Make sure that there's nothing in Slido that I'm missing here. Oh, there is a question from Lori. What was the neatest thing you learned that you put into practice?
A small neat thing that I learnt was to only use very succinct, clean Git commits and not to commit too many things at once when someone else is pairing with you. I also took lots of learning tips from the other people that submitted entries for this particular conference. So we all did the same challenge, and it was really interesting to see how other people had taken on the same thing. So I got a lot from other people. Cool stuff, yeah. Dynamic variables. I just love playing around with stuff like that. Yeah, very cool.
Very cool. All right, I think that is going to wrap up this session. Thank you all for attending, and we'll see you at the fireside chat. And Beth, thank you again, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Andy. Bye.
Bye.